So for this review, I actually had a chance to review both. On the left here we have the rigid resin from GratKit, the gray, and on the right I've got the water washable. So I started out with the rigid, and I printed these actually base toppers for Warhammer 40K, and I do not have a wash and cure station at home. I just kind of swish it around in rubbing alcohol with the toothbrush and such. And one thing I noticed is that there was a lot of buildup that was pretty hard to get off. I gave this sucker a pretty good scrubbing, and it still has a ton. Base detail is good for the most part, except that it's obscured by that resin there that got stuck in there, even though I scrubbed it with IPA. So then I'm looking at the water washable one, and I actually used the same vessel to scrub this out, so this was put into the same kind of pot, but I scrubbed it off with just basically water. The pot I put it into, the little plastic tub, was not even terribly clean, but I scrubbed this off with water, and you can kind of see it's just night and day. This is tons easier to clean. The detail on both of them is pretty similar, except if anything, I think this one's a bit better because it's just cleaner. And another thing I noticed on the back here, if you look at the scarring from support removals, I printed these at an angle. The scarring for support removal here is a lot worse. In terms of like rigidity, I mean, I can't really break either of them with my hand. I'm sure if you have something that is needing to be very rigid, then it's probably better. This does feel somewhat more rigid. But for the purposes of like, if you're just trying to like 3D print models and small fine things, I would always go with the water washable because it cleans up so much nicer and it's easier to clean up anyway. This stuff's fine. The detail's good and all that, but the supports and stuff, they're pretty hard to remove because it's so rigid. And I just don't see as much benefit from using this, so I would definitely buy the water washable over the other, regardless of any other factors. Just cleans up nicer, and it's just going to come out with cleaner prints overall.